Benchmark professional theoretical approach to counseling. Introduction. Psychotherapy contains diverse techniques of professional counseling. However, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is the most effective counseling approach. CBT is a treatment methodology that aids in recognizing adverse thoughts and behavioral patterns. Integrating theoretical counseling approaches requires a proper understanding of external and internal experiences. This essay outlines an in-depth analysis of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, with background influence on the theoretical preference. The theoretical analysis of relationship building and assessment follows while outlining a positive therapeutic relationship. Furthermore, the paper reviews ethical and biblical principles when working with a client and evaluates ethical and principle considerations with professional responsibility. CBT therapy is an effective technique that impacts my values and feelings. In CBT therapy, cognitive and behavioral features make it the most appropriate model that is closely related to Christian values and beliefs. Human nature and change. Cognitive behavioral therapy is broadly applied today in psychotherapy sessions. Although many Christians are suspicious of psychology, CBT appears to be much in accord with scriptural principles. According to CBT, the difficulties facing human beings originate from their mind. An individual's belief and not the event results in emotional distress. The objective of CBT therapy is to challenge irrational thoughts and aid Christians to isolate themselves from self-evaluation of their conduct. These integrated theories dispense external and internal phenomena to human growth and behavior. Cognitive behavioral therapy is aligned to my values and beliefs about the psychology of humankind and, at the exact time, change is a learning object through environmental exposure. As a devout Christian, the Church has influenced my principles and maxims regarding human nature and change, although environmental and personal factors are involved. CBT therapy helps individuals fortify complementary approaches to thinking and behaving, as this is ideal for reducing psychological torture. In psychotherapy, individuals suffering from mental and physical illnesses are treated through CBT, an effective treatment for disorders associated with depression. Personal background. My theoretical preference is based on principles closely related to my early childhood experiences and religious beliefs. The Church teachings compelled me to believe that an individual should bear the consequences of his doings. This approach is closely related to cognitive behavior therapy's primary goal, which is cemented upon the designation of an individual to take control of their life decisions. Additionally, I prefer this theory because I have experienced a toxic relationship with a long-term drug addict. I developed an interest in guiding people to embrace change since every person can transform regardless of the environment. Therefore, the exposure to a drug addict partner and biblical teachings motivated my choice theory. Relationship building and assessment. The principal objective of my counseling therapy would be to enable my client to cultivate a solid and respectful connection with me and help them cope with their feelings regarding past, current, and personal and professional issues. A positive therapeutic relationship has been ascertained as a therapy's prospective active ingredient. According to Wilmots, a positive therapeutic relationship can persuade teenagers to participate in emotional and cognitive tasks. Opening up positively fosters the growth of the client-counselor relationship. During therapy, periodic assessments are essential when monitoring the client's progress. In the CBT model, treatment entails attempts to alter thinking patterns. To determine the progress of this therapeutic approach, I would adopt the Partners for Change Outcome Management System, PCOMS. In this quality development strategy, clients who value their alliance with their counselors are likely to stay in therapy for a long and gain. This evidence-based approach develops an alliance that detects whether it fits the client and delivers a concrete mechanism to determine impassive clients. The aim is to eliminate adverse outcomes and maximize the client's participation. Synthesizing wellness and prevention goals marks the beginning of acceptance of the desired change. I will focus on creating a roadmap that the client can achieve before reaching a milestone. By promoting decision-making skills and fighting behavioral change, I would help my clients understand the progress by examining where they currently lie. Rose and Smith opine that goal setting is a credible mental health support method. I would also engage the client in a sequential process of achieving the goals, which helps to identify areas of weakness and improvement. The CBT approach is ineffective for individuals with severe mental health issues. The technique emphasizes the client's ability to change themselves. Individuals suffering from severe mental issues cannot impact their feelings and behavior since their conscience and severe emotional problems hinder them from making personal decisions. Consequently, they cannot connect with the real world due to their detachment from feelings and behavior. CBT is also clinically approved because counselors use it for standard psychological treatment. Ethical and biblical principles. While working with clients, several codes of ethics and principles have to be considered as clients benefit from ethical observations advanced by counseling professionals. The principle of confidentiality, where the client can share sensitive information with me, helps build trust in the client-counselor relationship. The principle of a non-judgmental attitude is also essential in benefiting the client-counselor relationship. When clients express themselves without fear and prejudice, it means they believe the counselor is non-judgmental. Finally, professional responsibility, where counseling sessions are aligned to research and changing practices. Attitudes, values, and beliefs are critical in developing a personal theoretical orientation. My theoretical orientation integrates with Christian values and beliefs in several ways. Spiritual beliefs and religious practices like praying empower and assist clients in achieving treatment goals. Christian teachings outline lifestyle choices and decision-making concepts that people must adhere to without bias and prejudice. Additionally, the Bible fosters the principles of CBT through its teachings. For instance, the Bible forbids us from judging anyone regardless of the sin they have committed. As a counselor, assimilating biblical principles into psychotherapy may involve the integration of biblical narratives and anecdotes as part of the session. As part of the counseling discussion, sacred verses from the Bible openly acknowledge Christianity and theological approaches. Aligning the goal-setting agendas to biblical principles reflects the love for God. In spiritually oriented counseling, complementary psychological techniques may include holding prayers with a client and adopting the language of forgiveness and repentance to accept change. This entirely affects the behavior of the client and improves the client-counselor relationship. Conclusion. In conclusion, the paper clearly outlines CBT as a professional therapy approach that suits my style and illustrates its execution in a counseling environment. The fundamental principles of CBT are based on the treatment mechanisms of emotional distress. Self-evaluation and isolation are the main predictors of behavioral change in this professional approach. Several biblical principles and Christian doctrines conform to the CBT technique, therefore, integrating biblical principles in counseling sessions will be seamless. The execution of CBT requires building a therapeutic relationship with the client and helping him achieve his counseling goals. When properly blended with Christian values and beliefs, the approach enhances a positive therapy relationship.